What is good, you guys? It's your boy Randy Anderson with a Tuesday edition of the Average Guy podcast. And today, like usual, we're talking about sports, hot topic, and a little bit of anything and everything. So let's start with the sports. Let's start with playoffs, guys. Let's talk about the first round of the playoffs. It's only been everybody's only played 2 games, but it's been a lot of nail scratchers, literally and figuratively. And it's been a lot of upset games. So let's start. Go ahead, Corey. I'll let you start off first.
Shoot. I just got through getting. I fell asleep just watching Milwaukee's boring asses. I fell asleep watching them boys. It put me straight to sleep. Well, it's been pretty much blowout so far. What I've seen, going both ways. There's been a couple close games, but let's see. San Antonio, they're overmatched. They're way overmatched. Cleveland looks like they're in trouble. I picked them to win the series in 5 games, but that first one was ugly, man. 80 points. LeBron got his numbers, man, but the rest of them guys, man, they're just way too inexperienced, man. Jordan Clarkson, Nance, they haven't been in that situation yet. Rodney Hood. We'll see. I think they can still route off 4 in a row. Like I said, Philly and Miami, that's gonna be a tough one. Miami just tied it up. Y'all saw Dwayne Wade last night.
Oh boy, Dwayne, the Flash was back last night.
Was back in the building. Yeah, he was back in the building. But it hasn't got heated up yet, man. The best is yet to come. I'm real surprised by Boston, man. Brad Stevens is amazing, man. He's he keeps them boys prepared. Brad Stevens is amazing. He done wowed me once again, man. They jump out 2-0 like that. They just, like I said, Milwaukee just put me Milwaukee just put me to sleep, man, watching that. They put that beat down on them, man. But yeah, it's heating up, man. We'll see where it goes, man.
All right, Lauren, what you got for us?
I mean, it's just, just the first couple games. I mean, I actually was not surprised Cleveland lost. I expected them to lose because, you got new players, that have, like Corey said, never have had playoff experience before. So I think you got to get that first shot, to really get a good feel for what you're getting into. And I think that they got that shot, And, they took for granted 2 things. They took for granted that they had LeBron. That they would be okay. That was number 1. Number 2, they took for granted that Indiana, that they just gonna lay down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, actually, I think the season matchup was either 2-2 or 3-1 Indiana. So I think a lot of people forget that they match up well. But I was watching the second half of that game, and what was interesting is that these new coaches, like they can't stick with bread and butter stuff. Like if you remember back in the days, you had teams that would pick and roll you to death. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't stop it. Yeah. And now these coaches like, all right, we know we got that. Let's try a different play. And it's like, no, keep running that. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to see Cleveland run a Kevin Love, LeBron James pick and roll, because it's when it's on, it's on. And when it's not, you can make adjustments. They got shooters, you know what I'm saying? But, I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? Because, I love my boy Ty Lue, you know what I'm saying? KC boy, I got to show love. But
I still got a problem with him. But
he's not cut out for this job.
I mean, not with LeBron on your neck, nah.
He's not cut out for this job.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what I'm saying? Ty Lue, you know what I'm saying? Much respect. Congratulations on your ring. But you said you went to Raytown and not Ray South. That was disrespectful. Highly disrespectful, okay? I went to Ray South. We went to Ray South, not Raytown, okay? Completely two different schools. But that's neither here nor there. The playoffs, first round, the Spurs shocked me. The press conference after the second one, Greg Popovich, when Pop speaks, it's all in code. You just have to pay attention to what he says. He said, and I quote, LaMarcus Aldridge is a great player. He has played with, or he has played with his teammates to make them better all year.
Mm-hmm.
End quote. If y'all didn't understand what he said right there, he was taking a shot at Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
He said hurt, not hurt. LaMarcus Aldridge has been there for his teammates. I said, whoa, all right, Pop getting sassy. This is not the Popovich that I know. What is going on? But
he pissed off. He feel betrayed.
Yeah.
He feel betrayed. I mean, think about it. Like when Kawhi Leonard first, really became the player that we know him to be now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't talk. Greg Popovich did all the talking for him. Greg Popovich defended him. You know what I'm saying? And so Greg Popovich feels betrayed, so he's kind of gotten to the point where he's like, you know what, I'm just going to lash out. And it's kind of hard because I don't understand the inner workings of what the issue is. It's not basketball related at all. I don't feel like it's basketball related at all. I don't know, like Kawhi needs a Greg Popovich. Like he's not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't go to no big market and do anything because he's too quiet of a dude. Like he needs a Popovich. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's confident in who they are. You know what I'm saying? Will defend you to the cows come home because Kawhi ain't that dude unless, you know what I'm saying, he's got some transformation that I don't know about. I don't know.
It's definitely possible. But the Spurs got smacked by the Warriors. That game was KD.
That was to be expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really? But oh my goodness.
The Warriors are lucky.
Everybody that chipped in was going bananas.
Yeah.
KD went off. That Cook dude went off. The point guard for that's subbing in for Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson went bananas. Like I was like, gosh.
They could make it to the not make it to the final. They can make it to the Western Conference Finals just off what they got right now. Now I wouldn't say they wouldn't get past Houston, but they make it to the West. You say no, Lord?
I think they just got a lucky matchup. I ain't gonna lie. Like I would have liked them to play like a team like this, just flip flop on with New Orleans or Portland. You know what I'm saying? Now Portland obviously was too high of a seed, but even New Orleans I think would have gave them a little bit more trouble.
They would have torched them.
You think so?
They would have torched them. They would have locked in.
I think that they put a lot of people to sleep in the regular season, so people kind of forgot about how good they were. I will say that much. But I think that San Antonio is the easiest matchup with any team that's in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, we did have flashes from Manu Ginobili, which I'm pretty sure he'll retire after the end of this year. But, we had flashes from Manu. So
Manu's going to be back next year.
What? He re-upping his contract?
His contract was a 2-year deal.
Oh,
it was it was a team option for the second year.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, the Spurs have a choice, but I see him bringing him back. I mean, he still can play ball. So he'll be back.
All right, let's talk about game one of the Houston Rockets Milwaukee game. James Harden
Minnesota.
That's right, Minnesota. James Harden in his childishness, making people look bad, crossing people again, and then just pulling up for a three. And then, all I'm saying is he made it look too childish and easy. What is you guys' thoughts?
MVP, flat out. Minnesota. That's easy. It shouldn't. Game one shouldn't even been that close. The game, especially with holding Towns to 8 points.
Which was crazy.
Holding Towns to 8 points. Let me get myself together. Jimmy Butler, damn near. He shot Minnesota out of the game, taking ill-advised jumpers at the end of it. He's normally a little more clutch than that, but yeah, he was all over the place. They should have been ahead. Yeah, Harden came to play though. Yeah, Harden's big time.
He was cooking.
I was about to let go. I was about to say the best offensive player in the game today, but I may have to think about it. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be mad at somebody saying he is. Like I said, this is his MVP season. They need to go ahead and crown him. Nobody else. He put in that work this year, man.
Okay, Lauren.
Now, in regards to that game, I mean, it was a lot closer than it needed to be, but this is kind of, I think, where you're gonna see Tibbs really come out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he'll get his boys to play defense. You know what I'm saying? It's hard because D'Antoni's figured out that Chris Paul, James Harden pick and roll is unguardable. It's unguardable. You know what I'm saying? They put up, I think between the two of them, they put up 65 points in game one. Just the two of them. So, they're a lethal combination. So if Chris Paul can stay healthy, they're going to scare everybody. East and West, they're going to scare everybody. You know what I'm saying? They get enough out of everybody else on the squad that, they match up with anybody. Harden at the MVP, though. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, yeah. Harden definitely going to get the MVP. He deserves it.
He's not. No, he doesn't.
Whoa.
You said no? Man.
Uh-oh. I hear a fire getting started.
Man.
Y'all already know who the MVP. I don't even know when y'all talking about it.
Ooh.
I want to know too. Who? LBJ?
LeBron.
What?
LeBron is the MVP.
No stats.
Stats, yes.
Okay. So, all right, check this out. So, take every offensive statistical category, right? If you stretch it out over the course of the year, LeBron tops James Harden in all but one. Offensive categories, because Harden can't play no dang defense neither. So we can take that right out the equation. If we matching offense for offense, put the numbers together and see what you see. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is just like Jordan was. Where you can give him the MVP every single year because he's the best player in the game, but you got to give it to other people.
Corey, what you got, man? I see you over there.
No.
Why is Harden MVP and not LeBron?
Huh?
Why is he the MVP and not LeBron? Yeah.
Harden was Houston wouldn't be anywhere without Harden. Houston wouldn't be who they are without Harden. Harden was doing it. Harden had it going with Paul. Paul just amplified it even more. Harden, surprising as it is, Harden's actually played defense this year. LeBron has slacked off completely this year. as far as defense. And Jordan, come on. Jordan played defense also. Every play. Jordan was a menace, even in his later years. Said no?
No.
Oh man. Let me I gotta think of what's a good exhibit to go to. Go to game 7 of the 98 playoffs against the Indiana Pacers. Just watch that. Just watch Jordan in that one. Offense, defense, and everything. And now this is his last year in Chicago now. So we're talking about at 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's vintage Jordan. Jordan did that all through his career. You can't find no time of LeBron slacked off on defense way too much this year.
I agree with that. I think that, you know what I'm saying, he's getting older, so he's trying to save his energy. You know what I'm saying? And so he's not playing defense like he used to. But I mean, he's got some defensive. He's got some games where he came to play. He just takes games off. You know what I'm saying? But that's more a custom of the league. You know what I'm saying? And where it stands right now, not just him. Everybody takes, not everybody, but most of the stars take defensive plays off. And I feel like Jordan was the same. And the reason that Jordan was able to take plays off was because of Scottie. Straight up. Like Scottie
very true.
Scottie don't get near enough credit for, I mean, he dragged the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Finals the 2 years that Jordan wasn't there, and really came within a shot of taking them to the finals by himself. You know?
Yeah, because literally Scottie was the defense. Michael was the offense and defense.
But see, Michael wasn't asked to play man defense. When Scottie came into his own, Michael wasn't asked to play man defense. That's why his steals was up there, because he was able to cheat because Scottie had his back.
Mike played man deep. Mike was a lockdown and everything. Steal, play off the ball. He'll lock down. Michael played the best player. He locked down Reggie Miller himself. He went down Reggie himself. When Scottie wasn't on all the time. And I think Scottie is a great player, but they give Scottie a little bit too much credit. And he didn't make it to the second round. I mean, to the finals. Remember, they only made it to that second round. And remember who was pounding on the side of that bench? Remember who?
The first year Jordan didn't play. They played in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Allen Houston came down and hit that shot. Google it. Allen Houston hit that shot.
I think you got the wrong year. Allen Houston wasn't that year.
He was.
That wasn't it yet. Remember Scottie? Scottie had. They lost to it was Indiana and New York in the Eastern Conference that year. Remember, Scottie had sat out. He threw that tantrum and didn't want to come in, and then Tony Kukoc hit that game-winning shot that and won it for him. But oh boy, oh man, what you got going on in there?
Talk about some bullshit.
You got the poltergeist, man.
Shit, let's hope not.
Oh shit, man. We trying to go on camera, man.
That was live, folks. That was live.
What we do.
And then Jordan had to come back. Even that second year, Jordan came back. They lost that second round to again in the second round to Orlando. But Chicago was sitting in 4th and 5th seed that year before Jordan even came back. And then he had to pull them up. So Scottie wasn't really able to really anchor that team like everybody thought he would. Well, until Jordan came back, they caught that footing again.
I'm looking at it right here, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it right here.
Google facts.
93-94, they were a shot away from the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a long time, so trust me. I thought I might have been a little foggy, but I remember because he had the writing on his tennis shoes. Like he was one of the first ones to write on his tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? And it was just motivation for him. You know what I'm saying? Because the year that 93, 94 year, they won like 55 games. You know what I'm saying? Without Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, yeah, they were a better team with Jordan. I mean, who wouldn't be a better team with Michael Jordan? You know, but I mean, I think that I don't personally think that Scottie Pippen gets enough defensive credit. I don't think Scottie Pippen is one of the top 50 players in NBA history. I don't feel that way. But
Really?
not in the history of the NBA. He's not. But he was playing at D. Scottie Pippen was one of the very first players to be able to play all 5 positions on defense. He guard your point guard.
Yep.
He could guard all 5 positions.
Okay. All right. So while we staying on NBA, was having this conversation with a coworker, and they were talking about that the foul. It was way too many fouls on LeBron James, and Lance Stevenson was going too far. So, what is you guys' thoughts on the Lance Stevenson and LeBron James matchup?
Love it. I mean, Lance Stevenson is Lance Stevenson. I mean, he headbutted the stanchion. I mean, that should tell you everything that you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a good matchup. I mean, Lance Stevenson can't hold his basketball shorts, but he's gonna give it everything he got.
All right, Corey, what you got for us?
Corey frozen.
Oh, he froze.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
I thought he had a cute little face right there.
he was just there. No, my whole thing was, I was like, yo, Lance Stevenson knows how to get in LeBron James's head. He might be one of the few that can actually get in LeBron James's head and just mess with him. Because if you think about it, when they first started playing against each other, LeBron James was like, okay, that's cute. That's cute. I see what you're doing. That's cute. All right, you need to go ahead and stop that when he hit him with that. Blowing in the air and shit. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. And then, like now, I believe it's play like we was talking about earlier. It's playoff basketball, baby. So you better lock down. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna catch a couple elbows here and there, but you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to take it. Take it like a man. Take it like a man.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I didn't think that. I think it was physical playoff basketball. I mean, does LeBron get fouled a lot? Probably. Yeah. You know, he's big, he's strong. He's kind of like Shaq in that regard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to stop him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he's got and I don't think he complains. He complains enough to get referees to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he genuinely gets fouled. I mean, it's just, he's big and he's strong. So, I mean, sorry you're so big and you're strong. You're not going to get the benefit of a doubt sometimes.
True. And then for those who say he's the best player in the world, the best players in the world get fouled. Just ask Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Just ask Kobe. Kobe got cracked in the face. That is a legendary moment in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So, legendary players get hurt and get fouled.
Yeah.
That's one thing I had to say. All right, let's move over to the NFL, man. I didn't have this in a group chat, but did you guys hear that Ray Lewis said that the reason why Odell Beckham is having all this stuff tossed on him is because he does not have God in his life. He does not have God in his life. I just want to get you guys' thoughts on that.
I'm so sorry. I cannot stand Ray Lewis. I watched that video clip. I watched that video clip, homie, and I was disgusted. Shannon Sharp was looking at him like, really? Like, don't bring my name into it. Shannon Sharp he let me sleep in his basement. And I was like, stop it. Like, why does everything have to be 0 to 100 with you? Like,
right.
I mean, Ray Lewis just kills me, man. And when he was saying that, like, I mean, like, say that. Like, say that. Like, I think that, you know, Odell Beckham, you know, he doesn't have God in his life, blah, blah, blah. But you ain't had to give us a 5-minute monologue.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
I was just like, right, for real. Right, for real. When my grandma, she said, I'm like, really, right? Go ahead and do the dance while you at it, man. Do the dance while you
do the coon dance.
Wait, because here, I tell you what's interesting, man, is Skip Bayless asked that question. Mm-hmm. And then when Ray Lewis opened his mouth, Skip Bayless like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just ask?
Skip, go ahead. Skip did this. You like, all right, let me get these ratings.
Yeah, I mean,
continue.
Ray Lewis is terrible, man. I'm sorry. I mean, look, y'all can be mad at me, but Ray Lewis did stab that dude. I'm saying it on air. He stabbed the dude, and he put the right people in his corner to make sure he got out. Same thing Michael Vick should have did. Somebody should have took the fall for that too. Mm-hmm. Ray Lewis would just happen to be a little bit smarter. I'm sick of Ray Lewis.
That's true.
If Ray Lewis never utters his mouth on national TV again, I will not be upset.
Very true. And actually, I have a couple things I want to say on this whole thing that somebody had brought to my attention that Ray Lewis had. While Ray Lewis is talking about God and everything, he's sent a few people up there to God himself. So when I heard that, I was in tears. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But the whole cooning thing, like, it strikes again. It strikes again. And I was just like, you don't need to make yourself look this bad every time you come on air. You don't need to. You already look like a fool when you was kneeling with both knees on the ground, talking about, oh, I would never kneel. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you just doing too much. You doing way too much.
Sure, what Drake say? 0 to 100 real quick. I'm like, this dude is awful, man. And I try to be respectful. I try to be respectful, but I'm like, Ray, stop it. Not now, right now.
Right.
You be done. I'm just sitting there and I'm watching it. And I'm like, are we serious? Like, does everything have to be a paramount statement? Skip. When I was a young man, Shannon Sharpe let me sleep in his basement. Well, did you find God in that moment? I was running, Skip. I was running. And I had to stop running. I was like, really? Really, right?
Yeah, man.
Can y'all go to commercial, please? Go to commercial, please.
And you know the cameramen and women were like, yo, keep this shit rolling. This is finna be good than a bitch. You feel me? I was like, hey, I understand. I definitely understand, man.
And Shannon Sharpe's face was priceless.
Oh my God, yo.
Like really? For real. This is what we doing, right? We talking about you being in my basement.
Right. Like, how did I get to this? Of all people, me.
I mean, I was like, is Shannon Sharpe that old?
Yeah. Hey, had me questioning old man Sharpe.
I played at the same time, but I guess not.
Yeah, like Shannon Sharpe, man, he's literally one of the greatest analysts that should be an analyst.
Love him.
He's a great analyst that should be an analyst. And like football, I agree with him 100%. He has his whole right to say whatever he needs to say about football. Basketball, his basketball takes. Now, I was never a football player. I was never a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? I just played street ball every now and then. But some of his takes be having me like, wait, what? I know this is for ratings. and I like it. But it just has me like, okay, all right. But yeah, Ray Lewis, you just gotta cut it out, bro. You just gotta cut it out, man.
My little jigaboo.
All right. And one more thing on sports, real quick. Let's talk about baseball. I don't really watch baseball that much, but I have something I really have to get off my chest about. My home team, baseball team, the Royals. Ever since the Royals won the 2015 World Championship, right? They were feeling themselves. Everybody was feeling the Royals. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, let me go ahead and purchase the Royals Royals everything." You know what I'm saying? When that happened, as soon as they won, I cut all ties. I'll be honest. I cut all ties because I knew what was coming. And as soon as I cut all ties, the next season came up. What happened? The tickets and seats were skyrocketing. And so when I had came back not too long ago, like last month sometime, came back home to Kansas City, and they were talking about the seats. The seats are now $5 a seat, $5 a ticket or something like that. And I was like, I mean, they should never been damn near $70, $80 a ticket. Just because y'all won something, and everybody was like riding y'all for that 1 year. Y'all just thought y'all was a shit, huh? Y'all thought y'all was the Yankees back in the day with A-Rod and everybody, huh? I just knew y'all was gonna continue to be great. But yeah, I mean that's my whole thing. And another thing is baseball trying to make a comeback with all these fights I've been seeing. That's been sparking up everything. Because baseball trying to make a comeback. They're not taking that HGH no more. They're not juicing up. So it's like, we're not gonna let y'all do that, but we're gonna let y'all fight. Go ahead, fight it out. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's been a staple in baseball for a long time. It's just, I mean, if I get hit with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, yeah, we might be fighting too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that staple's been in baseball. I don't think that baseball ever. I don't know that it'll ever make a comeback until they start changing up some of the rules that make the game so slow.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could, find ways to make it a little bit more exciting. Maybe get rid of the umpires and go to, camera strike zones. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. I don't know what's the problem.
I have no clue.
I don't know. I mean, baseball is boring. It's not as bad when you actually go to a game.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
But I mean, the home runs kind of made baseball, and so when they took, when the steroids era came to a close, I mean, that kind of negated the excitement. You know what I'm saying? In baseball, you got some players now. I mean, you got Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Bryce Harper. So I mean, you got some players that are, trying to, boost the game, boost the ratings and things of that nature. Yeah. But no, I think that, I don't know, it's weird. And the reason it's weird is because I want to say it's football, but I mean, we know what the football ratings have done over the last 2 years, you know what I'm saying, between the protest and, the rule changes and stuff like that. So, no, I mean, it's all relatively interesting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's getting ready to be soccer.
Actually pretty
maybe it's getting ready to be soccer, man. So I mean,
shout out to the FIFA fans out there.
Yeah, I tell you an interesting thing about sports. I'm gonna tell you an interesting thing about sports. As a culture of Black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've always been put into a box of, we athletes or we rappers, right?
Yes.
So you got this new wave of Black people that's like, nah, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. So think about the amount of people that have shied away from sports now to try other things that we can now do due to having a Black president and things of that nature. So I think that that's part of it too, is you ain't got a lot of us, brown people chasing that dream anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's, we're trying other things. And I think that kind of has taken away from the sport in general. I mean, think about it. I mean, athletes used to break their backs to play. Now
That's
athletes
true.
is like, you either gonna cut me a check or I ain't playing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
Because I mean, we know our worth now. You know what I'm saying that's how a lot of like, especially the super good ones, they know their worth.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
know
So,
they know that they're making millions of dollars off of my name. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna have to work with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I like I said, I mean, baseball in general is a boring sport to me. But being America's sport, I mean, at this point, anything can be America's sport.
That's
Really.
very true.
I mean, for real, because it's wide open. I mean, the NBA is doing what they need to do to, you know, get as many games as they can on national networks and stuff like that to try to take some of that market share. So, yeah, it's any man's game right now to try to take back over that top dog spot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you said it right. All right, guys, let's move over to the hot topics for this week. Now, I want to start off with the music. Drake and J. Cole have announced they're dropping their albums. J. Cole is dropping 4/20, which is Friday. And I think Drake is dropping sometime this month or next month. I'm not just for sure the exact date. So let us know what you guys think about that in the description below. Well, not the description, but you know what I'm saying, let us know on all platforms. But yeah, I think when J. Cole comes out, everybody gets conscious. Everybody starts getting their little suits and ties on. And I've heard that J. Cole has been snapping on records. And he's going for that top spot. So if J. Cole hits it like the J. Cole on Groundhog Day? I think it was Groundhog Day. If he hitting it like that, Drake, Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? I better watch out. And I guess there's a Kendrick and Drake, Kendrick and J. Cole record with somebody else, and J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, wipe the floor with him. I was just like, I ain't heard it yet, but you know what I'm saying, I gotta find it, and then I'll let everybody know what it is. But if y'all know what it is, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Drop it in the descriptions. But, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, Kendrick is at the top of his game right now. I mean, Kendrick just won a Pulitzer Prize, which has never been done by a rapper before.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes J. Cole can get a little bit too in his feelings.
We are light skinned. That's the assumption.
That how your red bones is?
I guess so.
So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you can take out Kendrick right now. Kendrick's on a roll. Drake, you know, I give Drake credits where I give Drake his credit, but I'm not really a Drake fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's got he knows how to write a song well. He knows how to manipulate emotions and things like that. So, I mean, I give him credit where credit's due. I'm just not sure if, he would never, ever crack my top 20. Drake would never crack my top 20.
All time?
All time. He would never crack it. Way too many people, talented artists. I mean, J. Cole is, to me, and this is just to me, it's just my opinion, J. Cole is lyrically way better than Drake. I think he has a more versatile subject matter. Like, Drake is kind of stayed in his lane for the most part. I was appreciative of the video he made where he was making it seem like he was giving back to the community. Yeah, I was, but it just seems so staged. It seems staged. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, I'm gonna hand you this money phone, but as soon as the cameras go off, can you make sure you put that back in the bag, please? I mean, I'm not saying that he's not generous because I would imagine that he's an intelligent guy. You know.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a very business savvy young man.
Yeah, but he just not impressive to me at all. I mean, and that's just me. I think the name of the track you talking about the track with Kendrick, J. Cole, and Jeezy. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's the track I'm talking about.
American Dream.
Yeah,
not American Dream. Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
And he's back.
Nice to see you, buddy. Back like he never left. Hello.
I don't know what Google on, man. They trying to lock me out, man.
All right, yeah. Right now we are talking about J. Cole and Drake. J. Cole is dropping his album 4/20, which is Friday, and Drake is dropping his album. I think if not this month, next month. So yeah, we're talking about that. And Lauren just said, "What did you go ahead and give him a little synopsis of what you just said?"
I basically said that Drake is not a great artist, or in my opinion, I think that J. Cole is a lot more versatile than Drake is. I don't think J. Cole can come out and take Kendrick's spot though. Kendrick is on top of the game right now. I don't think he can take it. I mean, Corey, I don't know if you know, but Kendrick just won a Pulitzer.
Oh, really?
For the Damn album. Yep. He won a Pulitzer Award for the Damn album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I mean, I love some J. Cole. Anytime he come out with a project, I go buy it. I don't download it. I go buy it, support the artist, you know what I'm saying? Drake can drop an album anytime. I don't care. I don't care. Have at it. God's plan.
God's plan. What's your thoughts, Corey? You got anything you want to let on that?
Yeah, I agree with him. I think they're both talented. J. Cole's got much more range. Drake's got that sweatshop going. The Ghost Riders. I don't know how much I like. Yeah, a lot of his songs, man. Like I said before, it sounds a lot of his songs at times feel uninspired. I like his pop records. His a lot of his straight rapping songs, man. He's just not going as hard as he once did. Now I like his new little song, man. His what's it called? Nice. Is it Nice for What?
Yeah.
Nice for What. I like that one.
I got a conspiracy about that. I got a fire take about that. I got a fire take about that. My fire take about that is Nicki Minaj. Now, everybody, this is alleged, and this is just a fire take. Now, you can take it, run with it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But Nicki Minaj was like, yo, Drake, she's doing, Cardi B is doing such and such and such. Her album drops this date. Give her a day or two, and then drop your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little snippet of what you got. Just to edge her off just a little bit. Now, that's a fire take. Now, Nicki Minaj has been crying on interviews about what happened with the Motorsport record and her and Quavo and Cardi B. So, hey, all I'm saying is food for thought. Go ahead and think on it. It makes a lot of sense.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you who changed Drake and Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
Cash Money. There was a track that Drake had with Busta Rhymes and Method Man. Banger. And I mean, Drake was coming off hard. I was like, whoa, where's this Drake? And why don't you rap like this? Cash Money forced them to take the song down, take the video down, because it didn't fit within his window. This is not Drake. Drake is this type of artist. You know, he has appeal to this particular crowd, and so we gotta keep him over here. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. When Nicki Minaj first came out, okay? When Nicki Minaj first came out, if you listen to her without seeing her, you would think that she was a guy. You would think that she was a guy.
She had Scaff Beezy writing for her, so
and then when she, you know, got signed and you know she decided that she was a black Barbie doll, everything changed. You know what I'm saying? Like Nicki Minaj, like this was like Nicki Minaj was going hard on her own. Like I think that there was a point early in her career before she got big that was all her. You know what I'm saying? With no help from nobody else. And then when she got big, you know, she just got sucked into the machine.
Okay.
You know? And nah, man, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, you know, growing up without nothing, but you got to have some morals and some standards. You know what I'm saying? Because how much more impact could you have on your community if you was out there spitting that real? You know what I'm saying? Like she got a new single out called Barbie Tings, you know, and
garbage.
Is it?
I ain't heard that one. I heard the Chung Lee. I heard that one. That one I heard. And she kind of I guess was trying to get back into her mode where she did that little monster verse. I kind of felt it a little bit, but it wasn't too much of that.
Here's the difference between skill and talent. Kendrick Lamar does the same thing that Nicki Minaj does, where he does a lot of different things with his voice. I think it's garbage. I do. It's just not my style. You know what I'm saying? Like rapping your rap voice, you ain't gotta everybody ding 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 ding. I don't like that stuff. I don't like it at all. Like when Kendrick was like, before I really got into Kendrick, like that was my major turnoff for him. Was that I was like, why are you doing all these voices, man? Nobody want to hear that stuff. But it was just the fact that when you broke down the lyrics and listened to what he was saying, he was really spitting some stuff, whereas Nicki ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm telling you right now, like Nicki's reign is over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Cardi B, which I mean, she's not the greatest out there, but she's not hot garbage like I thought she was. She's just not the lyricist that I aspire, you know what I'm saying, to see out of a new up and coming female. You know, I'm gonna lean more to the Rhapsodies, you know, of the world, women that stand for something other than I'm fucking cute. You know what I'm saying? Like me because I got a big booty. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's some new females coming out. I think they're kind of very, very low on the radar, but from what I hear, you know what I'm saying, young girls too. I'm talking about like 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? I imagine they got ghostwriters, but because I don't know how you could talk about some of the stuff that you talk about at 15, 16.
Whoa, that now. But, these days and age, I don't know, man.
Nah, you know, that's what
kids be getting wild out here.
Here's what I appreciated about Bow Wow. You know, weird person to bring up, right? Here's what I appreciated about Bow Wow. Bow Wow rapped his age for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He's a little kid in chicks and sports and all that type of jazz. So it fit. You know what I'm saying? Where Bow Wow got out of his lane was Bow Wow wasn't willing to take everything he had earned and actually use it to his advantage. And so he wanted to all of a sudden be a thug. You know? And I'm like, you know, if you didn't do it when Snoop found you, you wasn't gonna do it 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you was gonna be thuggish from the jump, you know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say though that when you 15 to 16, even 18 to 24, you're young, you're stupid. You're supposed to rap about that stuff.
Yeah.
But there has to be an evolution to your music to where you can transition into something more mature, something more adult. And the average superstar artist doesn't do that because they've been put into a box that they can never get out of.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Corey, what you got for us?
Yeah, I agree with him. On top of that, Bow Wow, it doesn't help that Bow Wow's corny as hell too.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big attributing factor right there. He's just flat out corny. You see all the shit that he lies about. He's still caught up in trying to sell that lavish lifestyle. Like, man, just rap what's real, man. Rap what's going on. Rap what's on your heart. He's too caught up into that goofy shit in the game.
Cause he on that show, ain't he? Loving hip hop.
Up hip hop, I think I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking
about. Yeah, he on that.
Yeah,
no, I thought I don't know. Honestly, the last time I heard of Bow Wow was the interview he did. He was talking about this is gonna be my last radio interview with the Breakfast Club. That's the last time I heard from him.
Ain't nobody bat an eye or give a damn what he said.
Like, nah, not at all, man.
Yeah. And Nikki's reign is over, man. She's sitting up here dissing Cardi. Cardi hasn't even, I don't know who Nikki's PR manager is, but it's terrible. Like I said, she's dissing Cardi. Cardi hasn't made one diss record about her. She didn't mention Nicki at all on the album. Ooh. And so you got Nicki coming at her with what? I think 2 out of the 3 songs, all 3 of them songs, 0 for 3 too on those, but about 2 out of 3 of those she mentioned Cardi on. She's throwing shit at the wall, seeing what'll stick, man. And it's looking ugly. But I've always so me and Lauren used to talk about this all the time, man. We can pretty much foresee, man, this downfall. I don't think we tell people all the time, and people like, man, you just hating. I'm like, nah, this chick is setting herself up for a fall, man. And
yeah,
everything we thought would happen is happening now. And now she's trying the same people that she shit on while she was on the way up. Now she's trying to grasp onto. You see her, she's retweeting everybody playing her music.
Yeah.
Bigging up Funk Flex and Joe Budden. You know, she's grasping for life right now.
And like the whole thing where I'm pretty sure I remember when Lil' Kim was going at her, and she was trying to play it down and stuff like that. Nicki Minaj was trying to play it down. She's doing the exact same thing to Cardi B.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. They're like, "What are you talking about? She's not doing that to Cardi B." Yeah, she is. Because if you guys are that naive that you guys don't understand that there's things that happen in the background that you don't see, that people get fired because somebody doesn't like you, or somebody you have a take on somebody, and they're like, "Oh, you work for such and such, I'm gonna get you fired. Just watch."
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I give respect to Cardi B for is Cardi B go hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't, have she doesn't have like these superstar names all up in her corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, she works with the team that she got. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that they, are nobodies. They're just not your, your Cash Moneys or, because I mean, like Big put Kim on. Like, 100%, like that was Big's protege. You know what I'm saying? Big did put a lot of work into Kim, and so when Big was gone, like Kim ain't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't have her big bodyguard no more. So what she go do? Try to look like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Oh my God. It's so disgusting.
And then Nicki the same way. Like, Nicki rode on the coattails of Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Wayne got her in, basically sexualized her, and said, This is how you gonna make if you wanna make it big, this is how you gonna make it in the game. And so, you know, like I said, you know, we still, as big as people can be, you know what I'm saying? You know, we still fall for that hook, line, and sinker shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't remember Queen Latifah or you know what I'm saying, those females, you know what I'm saying? Like they stood on their own too as women. And I have a lot more respect for that than I do, you know, somebody just trying to be a honey boo, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, be out there being cute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't saying Nicki ain't got talent, man, because Nicki has talent. The problem is she rode somebody's coattail to get in. And anytime you do that shit, either when they decide to take that coat off, or when somebody take their coat, you go down with the ship.
Yep.
Because where Wayne at? Somebody tell me where Wayne at.
Yeah. Because honestly, the only people that's keeping that Young Money float alive still is Drake, and it was Nicki for a little bit of time. But now
Drake got his own label now.
Yep, OVO Records.
You know,
shout out to the sweatshop. But
I'm telling you, man, it's rough, man. Because like I said, you know, I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be rich. I just need to be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not willing to sacrifice myself for $1, man. I'm just not willing to do it. You know, you can get your money in so many ways. Why do you have to sacrifice who you are? You know what I'm saying? You know, like that's what kills me, man. You know,
but that's the music though. I mean, like the record labels.
It's the industry.
It's the industry. Yeah, it's definitely the industry.
Hey, y'all ever notice? I keep telling, and I always tell the young guys this: secure the streets. Secure the streets first. You ever notice? No matter how far this man, I'm about to say who he is. However far, how many times he keeps falling down, he always has something to fall back on, and that's Meek Mill. He always has the streets to fall back on, because he no matter how much shenanigans Meek Mill gets himself into, he his albums, man, he spits that real shit, man. And when he really gets focused, he's talking that real too, man. He's talking in a real focused manner. He knows right from wrong, man. He tends to make those wrong decisions, man. He's got, you know, keeping those yes men around him. I'm pretty sure he's got some OGs that put some shit in his ear, man, because he's got some game, man. But he's always kept them streets in his mind, man. He's always kept the streets, man. Make sure they locked down, man. And so yeah, he'll always eat, man. I think Nicki kind of alienated the streets, man. She went completely pop, man. And when that dried up, now she's crawling back, and she's you know, she's begging for him to accept her, man. And it's not working like that. The bars, you know, all the little prissy females and all that, they like that. They like all those little, you know, she'll say some little quotable. She's not saying no hip hop lines. She just say some little sassy shit, and you know, everybody will run with that. But nah, I don't think they really not feeling it. And that's no slight to Nicki. Nicki's I'll be honest with you. Nicki is the, as far as her rap style and her structure, the way she raps, is probably the best I've heard ever from a female. It's just her lyrics lack absolute substance. They lack complete substance. It has no substance at all. But yeah, man, she's grasping, man. She's gasping for air right now.
Oh my God, Corey, I am not. You know, I have always been down for the hood, Corey. Stop it.
Yeah.
Where are my Barbies? Barbies, where are you?
Yeah, what you were saying, Corey, like one of the people that doesn't have to worry about that them falling off is Plies. Plies is a perfect example of that. Plies has never been. He was big, but he was never like super big. And then Plies, his fan base is consistent. Honestly, he could fall off for a little bit, but still be placing music, he won't go nowhere because his fan base is right there, and his fan base loves him. Now that he has the Instagram presence where he be making his little funny videos, you know what I'm saying? Like every so often. Like Plies is good.
Plies still got it. Plies got a fan base.
Yeah.
Corey.
You talking about off his new music, man? I heard some of Plies' new stuff, man, and he got that Gucci Man thing going on, man. I can't believe this is the same damn person. He throwing on big ass hats, wearing big costumes, fluttering around like he's a bird and just doing. I don't know what the hell Plies is doing there. Huh?
You know.
I'll take the word, man.
Plies got a master's degree in psychology, right?
Yeah.
So he know how the brain works. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna let you feed off of whatever you gonna eat on.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
He sucks. He sucks too. Yes.
Terrible now.
My busted baby. Man, please. I wanted to punch him in his mouth when I heard that.
She's my rock.
Man, that's one of that rock and was it? I stayed
ran
fly
off
like,
on the plug twice.
Oh man, this dude! I like this dude. The lost. He looks like a complete comedian now. It ain't even the same dude. It ain't.
Corey, it's just time, man. We're gonna have to drop these projects, man, because rap is getting real bad.
Yeah.
Rap is getting real bad.
Yeah. I don't think they ready for that, man.
Ooh, sound like somebody got some fighting cooking.
Hey, man.
Hey, Randy, you heard of Randy?
No, I ain't heard it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send
I'm gonna have to send you something.
Okay. All right, and for this last thing on Hot Topics, which was a super sensitive topic, the Starbucks thing. Did you guys see the Starbucks thing? Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'll go first. Very interesting. This is an interesting thing that I took out of that. If you saw the black dude that got or one of the black dudes that got arrested, right? He didn't even look mad. He just looked annoyed.
Yeah.
He didn't even look mad. He just looked annoyed, and that kind of really points to something that's still just sick in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to it.
Oh, yeah.
We used to it. It was out of, you know what I'm saying? It was out of privilege, you know what I'm saying? Anglo-Saxons, that was like, oh my God, this is not right. They just want to drink some coffee. I mean, personally, Starbucks is nasty. You know what I'm saying? So I don't drink it, but you know, there's so many layers to it. Like, I think this was crazy because, I mean, like, I wasn't really mad at the business owner per se. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, so maybe he had a legitimate reason for concern. Maybe he didn't. Here's what really irritated me, though. What irritated me is when the police showed up and really saw that nothing was really going on. Like, they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, why didn't you just say, sir, you really don't have a legitimate beef. These guys are not causing any issues. We'll stay close just to make sure nothing happens. Because when the third dude came, he was like, whoa, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So if y'all didn't know, I'm sure y'all know, but you know that the police chief was black.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the police chief was black, and he completely backs his officers. He said they did the right thing. They did what they were supposed to. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, unless these dudes came in trying to sell their own coffee, like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? There's tons of people that go into Starbucks and never order anything. They sit there with their laptops and they just like the environment and the Wi-Fi. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just still disheartening, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, they just really trying to stick it to us as black men, you know what I'm saying, and say basically saying we don't give a damn about you, you know what I'm saying, and for, you know, and I don't want to make, I'm not saying that the police chief has to support all black people and everything that we are and what we do. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination. But, when we don't get annoyed when we get arrested, we just like, yeah, that's a problem. That's a real problem to me, that we just like, yeah, all right, come on, where you gonna take me? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real problem to me, because I've heard people, I've heard we're gonna boycott Starbucks for the month of May and all those type of things. But it's not gonna fix the problem.
Right.
I thought it was so idiotic of Starbucks to say we're gonna close our shops down so we can have diversity and ethnic training. And I'm like, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Like, this is the 21st goddamn century. If you got to have sensitivity training, it is something wrong with the way you think.
Yep. And okay, Corey, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go before I go.
All right, take my time with this one. I think a lot of people may not agree with me on this one, but I think, first of all, I don't think there was enough context put behind the video. You don't have enough context behind it. I think it's a possibility the police may have been right in what they did, and the blame is not on Starbucks, but solely that shop owner. Now, Starbucks now what they need to do, instead of having sensitivity training or ethnic ethnic sensitivity, whatever it is they're doing, they need to set some rules, to set some strict rules and abide by those rules, because it's solely on the shop owner. If the shop owner, they all own their own Starbucks, each store may have its own way of operating. So where you may be able to go and sit in at one store, at another one, the owner may not want that. And on top of that, the owner may just be racist, because there's been plenty of times a lot of guys are, you go to a Starbucks, you are able to just go in and use your Wi-Fi and sit there with no issue. Blacks and whites can do it. Now it is more of a possibility that, hey, as a black man, they're gonna be suspicious of you. I've never been in a Starbucks, so I wouldn't know, but I'm just going off of what I hear and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I think it's more on the store owner. I think it's more on the store owner there. There need to be more of a understanding, and they need to let them know what the policy is. If you're not gonna let anybody come in and just use Wi-Fi, set that clear standard. But all that, everything about race and everything, it's just I don't believe there's enough context behind the video. And so once the person who owns that property, once he's telling you to leave, whether he's wrong or right, he owns the property. That's his property. So, it's just like if somebody comes to your house and they sitting there, and you want them to leave, whether they're doing wrong or right. If you want them to leave, you call the police. It's just the police job to, now they have to escort you out of there. And I really couldn't hear the back and forth between the officers and the two men, but they were sitting there for a good 8 minutes before the police decided they were going to arrest them. So it looked like the guys just weren't going to budge. I guess they probably weren't responding, so the police decided they were going to arrest them, and they went out without any hassle. But yeah, it wasn't enough context behind the video for me to make to say it was exactly that. Now, there was a video afterwards. There was a second video of a guy that he was in. Now that's more evidence. Now I don't know how he may have. I'll say this off experience. I know how black folks can get, inside of these places, especially when it comes to racial issues. At times, we can go searching, we can go hunting for stuff like that. So I don't know what could have been said, what kind of action could have been taken before the video, but he basically the video pops on and he's standing outside of a restroom, and as he waits, then the white guy comes out of the restroom. He say, "Hey, did you just go in there? Did they let you go in there without you paying for anything?" And he says, "Yeah." And so that's when the black guy goes up to the counter and says, "Hey, you just let him go in there, and why wouldn't you let me go in there?" And it's just kind of starting, and you could tell. I'm not sure if him and the employee already had words. It seems like they may have had words, but yeah, just out of these videos, man, it's not enough context. I believe there's a lot more. The things that the evidence that we do have for racism, I believe, don't get paid attention to enough. A lot of the concrete evidence gets overlooked, while the situations that are more ambiguous, those get put out into the news all the time. So you're really not sure what could have happened, what could have took place behind the scenes. So yeah.
And see, I never thought that like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like there had to be some type of conversation between the owner and the two guys that got arrested or whatever. I don't really feel like that nothing happened. Like there wasn't some type of relatively intense conversation between the two. Like, did it have to come to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, like I would like to think that the owner said, "Hey, I'll give your friend 15 minutes to get here." You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Because I agree with you. It's his business, it's his franchise. He has the right to do any and everything he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? If he just put a sign that says, "will not serve the blacks," you know what I'm saying? Like, it's his prerogative, it's his business. That's why I kind of wanted to really, like, okay, police officers, like, did you have to arrest the guys? Now, maybe they did. Maybe the guys are like, "I'm not going to get up," because there's a lot of missing clues. Like, hey, why don't you call your friend and see how far away he is? Like, did we try to mitigate the situation before we arrested? I think that's my number one concern. I don't feel like that happened. I don't feel like they really tried to truly mitigate the situation before they arrested the guys. And that's kind of where I kind of have the issue with the whole thing in general. Like I said, I just brought up the black police chief just kind of as a point of reference. Yeah. But all in all, it's like, you protect and serve. That's the oath. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say this real quick? Yeah. As far as mitigating, I've been in places, I've been in restaurants every now and then to where, I asked to use the bathroom and they say, "Yeah, you gotta be a paying customer or something." It's kind of basically based off, how the restaurant operates and who you may talk to. It could be the employee itself, not even the manager, the employee itself, because a lot of times it'll be somebody up front. And me, I'm not gonna, I don't really cause much of a stir. I will ask this: how hard may it have been, and maybe these guys they really didn't have that type of frame of thought. They really didn't have that type of experience yet, but how hard would it have been for them to just, okay, I'll buy a water. I'll just buy a water real quick. Now, if you buy, you buy a quick little water and now you buy a water and now they're saying,
it's tough. And here's the reason why it's tough. Because every time I want to think that sometimes we have to take the high road, we've been taking it for so long.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, I agree with you, because that was generally the first thing that came to my head. Like, just go sit in the car and wait for your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? But we've taken it for so long that why do we have to continue to accept that? You know, like that's the whole thing. Because I agree. Like I'm the type where I'm like, look, I don't want no damn trouble. So you know what? Fuck it. We gonna go to Dean and DeLuca since you ain't gonna let us sit in here. You know what I'm saying? We'll just go to another establishment, you know what I'm saying, to do what we was gonna do when we hooked up. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, you know, when you accept that as a behavior, you're basically saying in your own way that it's okay. And that's the cycle that has to be broken. Like it's not okay to shit on me like that.
Right, but this is, see, put yourself in their position, see, because we're thinking like we're looking at them, but you got to think for yourself. Now, think about if you were there and they told you that. Now, would your first reaction be? Would you be able to say, unless you saw that for yourself? Because, like we said, we don't have enough context. Would you be able to say that? Okay, you let those two white men go to the restroom? Because me personally, I'm not even. I don't know what's going on in anybody else's business, so I don't know if they told. I don't know if they told a white man that before I came in. I don't. You know, I don't know what has transpired before. I don't know if that's what they always tell their customers. So that's the thing. It's just I'm speaking for that situation. See, when you have concrete evidence, then that's when you speak up. You let it all flow. But there's no concrete evidence in this one. Like I said,
I think there's concrete evidence. We just don't know what it is. I think there's concrete evidence. We just don't have it. And I honestly, like, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't drink Starbucks, so I kind of was like, I was kind of like, so, like, why you spending all your money at Starbucks anyway? But like I said, I mean, my big point was, you know, this goes super deep, but I'll make it as quick as I can. We were brought here from Africa, from different countries around the world, right? It wasn't like we was like, hey, let's go to America. Like we were brought here, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we've dealt with a lot of this for so many years that I think it's just time for us, you know, you have to have a hard no, you know what I'm saying, where there's no wiggle room, you know what I'm saying? You know, and so it's hard. While you have to look at things situationally, you also have to look at it holistically. And when you look at it holistically, you know, if I'm not causing any trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let me be, you know, and again, there's not a lot of details in this particular story to say whether or not they did cause some level of trouble. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? What I do know is that regular Barney Fife is not going to be like, this shit is wrong. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't wrong, you know what I'm saying? It's not black people speaking up. It's white people that were there saying, hey, you know, nothing really happened that necessitated the cops to have to be called. You know what I'm saying? It's not us speaking up. It's white people speaking up and saying nothing happened. Like these dudes had every right to sit there with it, like everybody else that was sitting there and wait for their friend to come. And I'm not saying that just because white people spoke up that it's right. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that from a holistic point of view, there comes a time where you just have to stand regardless. You know, I mean, when you think about before we was allowed in restaurants to eat and all the black people that was, you know what I'm saying, that was going to do the sit-ins and things of that nature. If you think for 5 seconds that some of them folks ain't want to get up because they ain't want food thrown on them, they ain't want to be spit on, slapped in the face, kicked and all that type of stuff, then you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? But they made a holistic stand to say, I am not moving from this chair. You're going to have to drag me out of this chair. And those type of things is why we get to go eat wherever the fuck we want to eat now. Because they took that holistic stand and said, right, wrong, or indifferent. Because understand, there were signs on doors saying we don't serve niggers. Yeah. Like straight up. and they was like, well, that's not me, so I'm gonna go ahead and sit here anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that that's the important part. Like I said, all the other stuff is stupid and it's trivial to me. Like, why you got to shut down every goddamn Starbucks so y'all can all go to the same class? that really is saying that's too much. You're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You know, public apology. It's good enough. Really, it is. It's good enough. Don't even give them free Starbucks. Just say, hey, I may have overreacted. I apologize because this is bad business, not for him. You know what I'm saying?
It's for the whole franchise.
You know, this dude ain't had very many customers today because people like, hey, you know, if this is how you're gonna treat people, then I don't want to be in your establishment. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, it hurt him. It's hurting his pocketbooks, and not to be over the top about shit, but how do you stick it to people with money? You stick it to their pocketbooks. You know what I'm saying? That's how you win whatever, you know what I'm saying, you trying to go after, you know what I'm saying? You got to stick it to the pocketbooks. And so like I said, I agree with you that this story is kind of, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of like it's a lot more overt issues going on that, you know what I'm saying, we're not dealing with. And that's why you can look at it either way. But like in these small situations, camera phones and fucked up everybody. I mean, seriously. So now that it's out there, you do deal with it. And I mean, this is why we need more Black politicians. This is why we need more Black lawyers. This is why we need Black doctors. This is why we need that, because, you know, that is the only way we have a fighting shot for change, is if we get into these arenas, you know, show support, you know what I'm saying, for what we've had to go through for
years,
centuries, you know what I'm saying, yeah. You know, and really, you know, fight back, you know what I'm saying, in the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be in the right way. And that's why, you know, Corey, I got mad respect for you. You know what I'm saying? I think he froze. He got it. Well, he can watch the playback. But this, Corey, this is why I got mad respect for you, because you actually have a sensible mind to understand that you can't be ratchet about everything. You got to come with a plan, you know what I'm saying, and act on that plan instead of just trying to turn up, you know what I'm saying, and cause a scene. You gotta think smarter. You gotta be smarter. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, when they thinking 20 steps ahead, well, goddamn it, we gotta be 25 if that's what it takes, you know. And this is just not talking to people of color, but this is talking to, you know, poor people. You know what I'm saying? This is talking to anybody underprivileged, anybody, you know, underpoverished and things of that nature. Like, you gotta get to the point where you thinking further ahead than they thinking, and that's hard. But it's chess, it's not checkers, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it. Everything I said. My only thing was if you looked at the clothing that they wore. I've been in the Starbucks, you know what I'm saying, and I've seen the prices. And y'all may not know me, but I ain't gonna say I'm the richest dude, but I'm damn sure not gonna spend fucking $12 on a fucking frappe latte, venti, whatever the shit's called. Okay, that's just not my personality at all. And like it was me. I ain't gonna lie, I was in bummy clothes. I honestly didn't care, but I was in bummy clothes. It was another dude I was with. He was a preppier type guy, and the person that got stepped to was me. Because they was like, they figured like I didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying? So like the person they would step to was me. So like that's what I looked at when that happened. I looked at the dude's clothes because I know how people are. They're like, oh, he looks like he's not gonna buy nothing. So let me go ahead and check and see if he has anything first. You know what I'm saying? Because they do that in clothing stores and everything else. I understand all that. And like what Corey was saying, I definitely agree with, because I stand on the fact that there's always a positive and a negative. And if you fight negative with negative, you're not getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So you always have to think on the outside of the box. You know what I'm saying? You have to be the one on the outside that's looking in to be able to come up with a solution. So, I mean, that's all I had on that. But like I just know how the dudes felt, and I just want to let everybody know that Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really rocking with y'all for a long time because y'all shit way too expensive, and a brother like me can't afford it. But yeah, I guess that's it. That's it for this episode. Get it off your chest. That'll be some other time. We'll get to that some other time. Everybody else got to do stuff. So I want to salute you guys for subscribing, and telling a friend to tell a friend about the Average Guy podcast and the Average Guy Studios, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. I want to thank my boy Lauren and Corey for coming through. And you got anything you got to promote?
Hey man, I y'all already know, man. Y'all need to be listening to this podcast, whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching it on playback. Hey, Skip, Shannon, Stephen A, Kerry Champion,
right.
Rude Jude, all y'all. We coming. We coming. So if y'all think you ain't got no competition, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute, because we coming. So, hey, man, we're going to keep doing this. This man right here, Randy Anderson, ace in the hole. Hey, man, big things, big ups to you. You know what I'm saying? Much respect, man. I appreciate you every time.
I appreciate y'all, too. And also, if you guys are on Facebook, I want you guys to follow the group called Grit Sports Media. I'm a part of that group, and my boy Corey runs it. So, hey, we talk about sports over there, man. I know we talk about sports here, but we talk about more sports over there. We highlight the good and the funny. You know what I'm saying? I will come up with hot takes like usual, and he comes up with, or everybody else over there comes up with hot takes, but we also all positive. That's all we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for the positive in all sports. Positivity is the things we're trying to push, and comedy, but that's just me. And that's just it. I want to thank everybody again, and we're out. Peace.
Holla.